University with a Bachelor of Arts degree. He was 2008 president of the Central Florida chapter of the Institute of Real Estate Management, and he is currently vice president of membership with the Winter Park Toastmasters. Kevin has been married for 24 years to Jerry and is the proud father of two sons, Ian and Ryan.
Is it Ryan?
Kevin is concerned about environmental sustainability, and sometimes he recycles. Kevin is giving a speech today entitled Re-elect David Strong. Please welcome Toastmaster Kevin Grail.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
And guests whom I forgot to call this week. Sorry about that. I'd like to start off this morning with a couple of disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, I work directly for David Strong. He owns the company that I am president of. Disclaimer number two, this is not a speech that has been approved by David Strong or anyone in the campaign. This is simply my personal observations of David as a person. Now you may say that because I work for David Strong, that I'm biased, that I have something to gain. Well, I suppose I do, and absolutely I'm biased. I've worked for David Strong for over 13.5 years, and because of that, I have unique insight that very few others have. He has two qualities that make him an exceptional person. Well, he has many qualities, but two that we'll focus on today: intelligence and integrity. On the intelligence front, he's one of the top 3 smartest people I've ever met. He's an amazing guy. He can take a complicated situation and find the key elements in that situation, identify them quickly, look for reasons, look for information with those key elements, and then make an intelligent choice. It's remarkable to see, and I see it every day, and it still kind of surprises me because it's different from normal people in his intelligence level, frankly. He's a super smart guy. Next is integrity. I could tell you many stories, because in the property management business and in real estate, not everyone is filled with integrity. And I have many stories about how he takes the high road consistently every time. But I'm going to tell you one from today. That's going to happen today at 2 o'clock. We are going to look at a property that's for sale. It's an apartment community, and we were told that the property's for sale. What? So the people that work there, whose lives are tied up in this place, don't know that their property is for sale. David has sold many properties, and the first thing he does when he decides to sell a property is to tell the people that work there, your property is for sale. We're going to try to market your property. The other thing that he does is when that property sells, he repays those people that have made him a success. Recently, he sold a property, and the severance pay for the manager and the lead maintenance person was a year's pay. I guarantee you that the people we're going to see today are not going to get that when their property is sold. They'll be lucky with 2 weeks. I have a unique insight into him. That's why I'm sharing this with you today. He's a special guy. He cares about people. Charles asked me the other day, why is he running for mayor? He's running for mayor because he loves Winter Park. He owns his own company, so he can devote, and does devote, over 30 hours a week to this job. He's been all over the world. He's climbed to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. He's been to Easter Island. He's been to everywhere. Not everywhere. He's been many places. He loves Winter Park. This is the place he loves the most. I handed out a couple of things, and I'd like to go through them briefly. Check my watch, check my time. How am I doing? How many minutes are there?
20.
Plenty, okay. This is an item from the candidate Ken Bradley's campaign. And I've met Ken. I attended 4 of the debates. He's a really nice guy. A lot of good people working for him. But when I received this, I just really had to bring this to your attention because there are so many things that are not true. In fact, I don't know anything that is true on here. It says, for the past 3 years, David Strong has said no to commuter rail. Well, he hasn't said no to commuter rail, but that's a big topic in this town, commuter rail. The voters voted to have commuter rail, so why was David hesitant? He was hesitant because it could bind the city to 99 years, 3 generations of maintenance. And that's not what the voters voted for. So he's cautious with taxpayer money. But what came out of that was we get to test commuter rail until 2017 because of his guidance over this issue. So we've got commuter rail. He's not opposed to commuter rail. He likes it. And now we can safely check it out. Keeping tax rates low. As if David doesn't want to keep tax rates low. The fact is, tax rates, the millage rate, and what most people pay in Winter Park is lower now than when he took office. No responsible spending. He's cut spending by $2 million from the budget. No fee waivers for charitable and youth organizations. I don't know what that is, actually. That may be right. That one may be right, I don't know. No dogs allowed. David likes dogs. Here in the Fleet People's Park, it's an off-leash park, and he intends to maintain that, although there might be certain restrictions based on environmental concerns. He weighs different sides of issues. No sidewalk cafes. Wow, that's pretty bad. We love sidewalk cafes, and in fact, David loves them so much it was one of his first votes as mayor 3 years ago to have sidewalk cafes. No to new business. Of course he wants new business. That increases the tax base. Here's my favorite. No responsible investment in our city's future. Who doesn't want responsible investment in the city's future? Had to bring that up. Here's one of David's items, and there's no negatives on here. It's very positive. But my favorite thing on the card, and on all of his literature that I'm aware of, including his website, is this phone number, 407-644-7498. Does anyone know what that number is? It's his home phone. It's his home phone. That's the kind of guy he is. That's the kind of guy David is. He wants people to call him if they have a concern or a question. Maybe I have misspoken on an issue, and maybe you want clarification on a point. Or maybe you're concerned about the undergrounding of utilities in your neighborhood or the expansion of the park system. Call him. Come by his office and sit with him. That's what makes him a great mayor. He wants to get the opinions of everyone so that he'll have the most information to make a good choice, to make good decisions so that he can help guide the city in the way the residents want to be moving. It's been a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to work with David. I feel like I'm a lucky guy to work with a guy with such integrity. And I hope that Tuesday, those of you who are Winter Park residents will take this opportunity to support him, go to the polls, and vote. Thank you very much.
Very good. Very good.